Beneath both of these incidents, however, is a harrowing realization that could be momentarily mistaken for the coldest of comfort. As horrific as these shootings were, the evidence suggests they could have been far worse. This is in no way a cause for solace. Rather, it's a disturbing reminder of the cards we've been dealt by feckless lawmakers who have failed to take any action whatsoever to prevent or even mitigate mass shootings. And it should serve as a warning that as long as we continue to do nothing, we are likely resigning ourselves to a fate of mass shootings more horrific than the ones we've experienced. He tried blending into the crowd and was talking to one of my friends as he was exiting, a student said of the shooter. When police arrested the suspect, a former student, they found a number of loaded magazines in his backpack. On Friday, the FBI reported that it had failed to act after receiving a tip that the young man had expressed a desire to kill people and spoke about the potential of him conducting a school shooting. The gunman, shooting from the 32nd floor of a hotel, was ultimately able to fire more than 1,100 rounds into the crowd of helpless people, following a crude plan known as the beaten zone in military jargon, said Arthur Alphin, a ballistics expert and former West Point professor who has testified in a number of multiple shooting cases. This guy didn't even have any sights on some of his guns. He wasn't aiming them. He was just pouring bullets into that beaten zone of a couple football fields, said Alphin. If anybody thinks that the murdering bastard looked down there, identified a target and said, "That's Sweet Pea from Arkansas. I'm going to shoot her, they're full of it." He couldn't see them, he couldn't recognize them. In the end, the gunman stopped shooting of his own volition before fatally shooting himself. When police finally breached his hotel room, the shooting had been over for more than an hour. Inside, investigators found a dozen additional firearms and more than 5,000 rounds of live ammunition. He could have planned it far, far better, absolutely no question, he said. He was clearly a lunatic. He clearly knew nothing about his guns. To him, ammo was ammo and guns were guns.